What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. We're back once again. I hope you guys are all doing well and everyone's good. You know, living a healthy lifestyle every day. That's how we work. That's how we live. We have the mind of a poet, the athleticism of an athlete, and the body of a warrior. So let's get into it. So I wanted to talk about specifically something that's been on my mind the last few days, and that's about taking advice from people, you know, hearing advice from elders like teachers or maybe parents or other older people, maybe friends, people in your inner circle, work colleagues, etc. Right? People telling you and what they think is right for you, or they're telling you things like they have all the answers, everything. And sometimes I question and I look at them and I'm like, you don't have the life I want, you know? For example, I'll use a teacher, for example, right? You got a teacher, majority of them are quite like, you know, they're fat, out of shape men or just old, crusty and dusty women. They don't really get paid the amount of money they deserve for the job. I'm not critiquing teaching at all. You know, the teaching industry is what, you know, gives the knowledge to the next generation to an extent. But for the most part, like, they aren't living that millionaire's lifestyle. So why would I listen to what you say is right and go down that path that you tell me what is right to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I listen to that? Because you haven't got the life I want. Whereas you look at someone like, for example, Floyd Mayweather, yeah, or Conor McGregor. They got the cars, they got the lifestyle, they got the physique, they got the money, and they didn't choose that 9 to 5. They didn't choose that go to uni and get grades and then get a decent job. They didn't choose that path, and they just got in a fucking cage or ring and just fight that primal, raw energy, right? So I'm not critiquing anyone that does the 9 to 5 path or does that university path. But even when you get them qualifications and you finally get past university and you get the job that you want, a lot of them jobs are stressful anyway, right? Like, you're stressed out and you don't have time, you lack sleep. You're supposed to have a minimum of 8 hours sleep per day. And most people can't do that because you get up in the morning, you crack on with your day. Some people want to go to the gym in the mornings, have to get up even earlier. And you have to crack on with your day. They take so much time out of your hands to work for the money. That's a trade-off in society. They take your time from you for money. And then by the time you're finished, you have no energy to either hit the gym, or even if you do hit the gym, you're just like, by the time you get home, it's late, and then you want some time to yourself. You want time to relax, and maybe you want to watch a movie or chill with your girlfriend, or you want to maybe go and play a video game, whatever it is that you want to do in your spare time, right? You don't have that time, really. Like, if you want to get back to sleep early and have like the minimum of 8 hours sleep that's required, you have to be in bed by like, what, 9 o'clock or some shit? Because most jobs require you to be on the dot at the job at 8 a.m, you know, or at 9 a.m. Like, you got to get up at the crack of dawn, you know? And so most people end up like staying up till like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. So they only actually have 4 hours, 5 hours sleep, you know? And I know I'm digressing a little bit off the topic, but I just thought that would be some wise knowledge for you guys to know, innit? But going back to the topic I want to talk about, you need to understand that you have one life to live. You don't get a second chance. You got one life to live, you know, and you got to live it to the maximum ability, the full form that you can build on yourself. You know, everybody wants financial freedom. Like, nobody wants to work, theoretically, right? So why are you going to then go and listen to some person that is telling you they got all the answers and shit, and they just haven't got the lifestyle that you want? They're just some fucking crusty, dusty interim manager at your fucking job, telling you what you can and can't do, and telling you when you can take a break and this shit. Or, like I say, a teacher lecturing you, and like it's good that you had the teachers when you're in school to give you that mental discipline and respect in elders. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, just because they're elders and you respect them doesn't mean that they have the answers, you know. And you gotta do what's right for you guys, and you gotta take the path that you choose to, whatever passion you have, whatever hobby that you possess or skill set that you have. You need to ride through that all the way and get locked in and go full force, you know, because that is like the ultimate goal of happiness, you know, doing something you love. If you're doing a job you don't enjoy or that stresses you out, it's just going to cause more long-term health problems down the line. It's just going to do that. So honestly, you don't want to be listening to people that are maybe negative because they're probably insecure, so they're trying to make you feel bad too. or they hate their lives and they're just like, like I say, and they're just making you feel more insecure because they're insecure. And you just gotta like cut that energy out. Sometimes in life you have to take them risks and you gotta just push forward. Sometimes you might get 2 steps back after taking that risk. You might feel like you've gone back a step. Maybe you might be working a good job, but you hate, like, you've got good pay in the job, but you hate the job. You don't enjoy the job, but you're just like sacrificing it and gritting your teeth because you're like, well, it pays well and I just want to go out with my friends or like do something nice with my girlfriend or something. But you're not actually enjoying it. But like, if you took that risk and you try and pursue something you enjoy, if you were a musician, for example, and you love making music, you want to do that full time. You want to just lock in with music full time. You want to take that step out. If that job or that particular thing is taking that time away from you, from your passion of music, for example, you're going to have to quit that job and you're going to have to go all in on the passion you want and put your 100% energy into it, because, time is the one thing that can't be replaced. You can never get your time back, That's why guys get, mucked about by girls and their time is wasted. Like, you can learn lessons, you can build on things and become a better person, but one thing you can never get back is your time, guys. One last thing I wanted to mention, right? If you look around you and you see all the successful people, or people perhaps, they have a pattern. They didn't follow the normal routines that everybody else did. They went on a separate rail and went on a diversion and avoided the chaos. And they found a result. Almost like a tiger. I want to use a tiger as an analogy. When we compare tigers and lions, they're actually very, very different animals, Lions work in groups, they depend on each other, they follow each other, they have hierarchies, etc. But tigers are solitary animals. They hunt alone, they ambush predators, okay? And they have a level of stubbornness. That's why 9 out of 10 times we see rich people own big cats, there's always lions. You can't tame a tiger, really. They're just too aggressive and too stubborn and too unpredictable. And I wanted to use that analogy and compare it to successful people, right? I won't say about the aggression side. Maybe some have aggression, but what they do all have is stubbornness. And there's nothing wrong with that. In moderation, there's nothing wrong with having a bit of stubbornness, because that is what makes you be confident in yourself and, you do what's right for you and you don't amount to peer pressure, And yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.